thousands making their way past the immaculate show gardens at the Chelsea Flower Show this week. But closer to home, some amazing things are being done with green space across Berkshire. I have been to the home of gardening charity Thrive in Beech Hill to find out a bit more about the work that they do with people living with disability and mental health challenges, amongst other things. And that's where I met Adam, who has been taking me through the plot that he's created there and telling me why he loves growing his own fruit and veg.
I grow everything I love because it's the cooking quality that makes me feel the most feasible about it. It's the cooking quality.
So you are growing things that once they are fully grown, you are going to pick.
Yeah.
And are you going to be doing the cooking with them? Are you going to create something with them?
My mum and dad would normally do that because I just help them out.
Right, okay. So you are providing for your mum and dad to do the cooking here.
Yes.
Describe what you're growing then. What have we got here? Because you know about this more than me. Salad leaves, yeah?
And that's the broad beans. And also I'm doing the winter ones as well. Not yet. They're the alliums there.
Yeah.
And these are my spinach here. I use them a lot. And then my carrots and my leeks as well because I use a lot of leeks. And then I grow potatoes in the polytunnel and then it makes it. Then if you a sort of space, just reuse the compost bags. Well, chuck them out.
Wow, that's really clever. Okay, so the broad beans look like they're doing very well. When do you think they're going to be ready, Adam?
Probably June at the latest. So, and there's autumn broad beans as well. If you get them in earlier, like October, November, then you can have a super harvest next year as well.
Yeah, so all of this is about sort of recycling and keeping it going, isn't it? Because a lot of these things that you're growing at the moment, if you were going to buy them in a supermarket, they would be quite expensive, right?
Yeah, they will be. And I also go to National Trust properties as well in other gardens, see what they do there.
So you take some inspiration from some of the gardens that you see elsewhere, do you?
Yeah, I do that because Wiz is kind of a nice garden, Q-Wiz as well, and also the other gardens is as well.
So what do you most enjoy growing? It looks like you've got a strong vegetable contingent here. What else do you love to grow?
I just do tomatoes as well because tomatoes, Mum and my dad, we get about 2 punnets full of it for every year.
Yeah. Now help me with tomatoes because I am terrible at growing tomatoes. I always get it wrong. What's the key to growing great tomatoes?
If you actually get the right variety, then you'll know.
Right, okay, so it's about the right variety. Do you go for the little cherry ones or the big ones?
Have you ever tried doing the beefsteak ones as well?
Adam, beefsteak tomatoes are my favourite tomatoes and I can't find them anywhere.
Just when you go onto the Thompson and Morgan website or any sea cattle company like that, you just get them.
Do they take a lot of growing though, beefsteak tomatoes? Because they're really big, aren't they?
If you had a polytunnel, no.
Right. Okay. So what I need to do is find myself a polytunnel, and then I'll be all right.
Greenhouse would work fine, and I've seen gardeners as well because they've actually known. I take inspiration from them as well. So
yeah. Okay. So what's the secret with tomatoes then? Do they need to start off in the polytunnel? What's the process?
We start them off in the greenhouse. So then when they get a bit bigger, we pop them on and then put them out like straight into the ground, and then if you bury them up to the first leaf, right, and then that way, and just cut the side shoots off, and then put the pot next to them. That way, you don't get it doesn't get waterlogged then.
Right. Okay. And you've got to be sure that when they're ready, haven't you? Because the danger is you can let them go over, and then it doesn't go very well. Yes,
and you have to make sure they're sturdy and caned up as well. Make sure there's lots of canes in.
Yeah, exactly. So I take it that you're not growing tomatoes in this plot this time around, are you?
Yeah, I am because I've got them in there at the greenhouse at the moment.
So when are you going to plant them out into the plot?
Probably in 2 to 3 weeks' time, depends on the weather.
Right, okay. So that's going to take us into June, and when might they be ready for picking, Adam? Because I'm thinking I'm going to turn up and take a few.
Probably July at the most, at the latest.
Right. So of all of the things that you grow, right, what's been your favourite to eat? Because actually homegrown fruit and vegetables taste completely different, don't they, to the things you buy in the supermarket?
And also, then then you don't have to spend all amounts of money on savings, you know.
Yeah, that's very true. But what do you love to eat? Out of everything you've grown, what's your favourite?
All my leeks and my alliums, I do. I eat them a lot.
Right, okay. So you get through quite a lot of leeks, do you?
Yeah, I do. I get about 2 bags full a year.
Do you? My goodness. And what does it mean to come to Thrive? How much do you get out of coming here and doing this? How much do you enjoy it?
I love it a lot because it makes me so relaxed and I don't get stressed and it just gets out of the house for the day.
That's Adam and all the guys at Thrive in Beech Hill. Love taking a look around those plots. They are stunning. You can find out. Now, this week, inspired by the Chelsea Flower Show, we're hearing about some of the amazing things being done with green space in our area. Yesterday, we were at the new Wellbeing Garden created for burnt-out staff at the Royal Berkshire Hospital in Reading. Today, we're in Beach Hill at the Gardens of Thrive, a charity dedicated to improving health through gardening. Helps all kinds of people, from those living with disabilities, mental health challenges, conditions like anxiety, to those from disadvantaged backgrounds or who are feeling isolated. I've been to see the amazing plots that are bursting into colour right now and to meet horticultural therapist Michelle McLaughlin.
So at the moment we're in the client plot area. There's all the clients have plots who want them, and it's a beautiful wall garden.
It's a stunning mix of just all sorts of different colours. There are so many people pottering around. You can probably hear the sound of pitchforks going into the ground around us. What do you do here and who do you help?
My job as a horticultural therapist is to run sessions, garden sessions. I have a range of clients with a range of disabilities. They all have their say in what they want to do. We plan sessions and then they choose what they would like to do in that session.
So how does it help people? What's the value of taking a space like this and transforming it for the people who are doing the transforming?
Right. Well, it's very important for the group because it's socialisation, teamwork, sense of purpose, sense of pride in their plot, nature, being outside in nature, experiencing, the change of seasons, everything really. It's a good gardening experience.
I mean, it's a great place to be, but presumably the real value is in watching something grow, from taking something that looks like nothing and creating amazing things out of it.
Yes. So in early in the January or February, where they start planning their plots, if they want to grow something in a plot, they choose a selection of seeds. It could be vegetables, it could be flowers. Then they learn when the correct time is to sow. Then we hopefully keep our fingers crossed that it germinates. Then they prick out, pot on, and then hopefully when the frosts are past, they plant out.
And what kind of reactions do you get? I mean, we're coming into the sort of season now where it's an abundance of things, and there's nothing quite like spring going into summer, and these plots are springing into life. But what's the reaction when they see the end product?
Wonder and pride. They absolutely love harvesting. Whether it's cutting flowers, digging up vegetables, digging potatoes, and they also share it amongst the group, their sort of pride and their sense of, wow, I've just done that.
Let's just have a look at some of the plots here. You know more about this than I do. I mean, they're looking stunning, but what sorts of things are growing here at the moment?
Okay, so at the moment, broad beans, lettuce, spring onions, shallots, a great range. I mean, the tender plants we're starting to plant the end of May and things. They're growing sweet peas, runner beans. It's just a whole host of veg and fruit.
So I was going to say, are there things other than produce that you can consume? Because it looks as though you've got beautiful shrubs sort of lining the pathways here, but presumably it's a mixture of all, is it?
Yes, so it's not just the client plots, they tend. So we've all got garden areas. So whether we've got a field area where we grow crops, we've got perennial borders, we've got alpine sinks, we've got show little gardens. So there's a range of tasks and skills to suit everyone.
And this is not just about what the people using these plots get out of it as well. This must be a really rewarding job for you. I mean, what are the real highs for you?
Yeah, I absolutely love being a horticultural therapist. I get such sense of pride and joy from all the clients who come here, the volunteers. We couldn't do without them. They are so special.
But also, presumably you help to foster a lifelong love of gardening in some of these people, because I guess you can think of people who had never tended a garden. They, they don't one end of a pitchfork to the other, and now they can't get enough of it.
Yes, well, every year we do an individual review with each client to see what they want to do for that year, and they have goals to reach. And, it doesn't mean to say they have to reach it. It's just a sense of trying. gardening, and you see people come in with no gardening skills at all or socialisation skills, and you look back at things from a couple of years previously and you wonder at how far they've come.
The socialisation thing is a really interesting one, isn't it? Because you can hear the birds tweeting behind us. It's a beautiful day. But actually, the other thing that you'll probably be able to hear is just the sound of chatter, because people are gardening en masse, aren't they?
They are. And it's very good for them, because some people are very shy, others are withdrawn. It doesn't mean to say they have to communicate. They might just stand in the background and just listen to people conversing. But, you know, we're always there for them with a listening ear. We try and encourage to get them into the garden and work as a team. You know, some people don't want to and others do. But, you know, it's all positivity, trying to get them confidence growing.
How do you know that something like this will be beneficial to someone? What kinds of people does this sort of work help?
Anybody really with mental health illness, with socialisation problems, people with disabilities. It's gardening for all. It really is.
And for you, I suppose, you know, working in this lovely atmosphere, what's your favourite time of year? Because there must be a time of year that you really look forward to coming here more than any other.
Spring.
Yeah.
Yes, I do love my bulbs. I absolutely love bulbs, and once you see them coming up, tulips, narcissus, anything, that just makes me smile, and I think, oh, it's on the way.
That's Michelle, one of the horticultural therapists at Thrive in Beach Hill, talking to me about the work that they do and making green space work for good. You can find out more about the work that they do online, by the way, at thrive.org.uk.